Hello everybody, this is Howson and this is a preview for Manchester United against Burton Albion in the Carabao Cup. What even is a Carabao? I know that you're asking that, and I know you're also asking what's going on here. Well, me and Dave are in Bilbao because we're watching Atletico Madrid take on Athletic Club Bilbao tomorrow in La Liga, and we're still doing all our videos while we're here as well, so ignore this witch for the moment and let's talk about what's going to happen with Manchester United and Burton Albion. So Burton Albion are currently in the Championship. The last time Manchester United played them in the third or fourth round, I think it was, of the FA Cup several years ago, they was in the Conference and now they're in the Championship. Unbelievable transformation for Burton Albion to go through where they are, and they nearly caused an upset last time, forcing a replay, which we then ended up slapping them once we got it back to Old Trafford. But are they likely to cause an upset again? In short, no, they're not. They're not going to cause an upset whatsoever. I think Manchester United are probably going to rotate, but the gulfing class between the teams, even at Championship level and Premier League, certainly the top 5, 6 of the Premier League, is huge at the moment. I think Manchester United are going to take full advantage of that. And not only that, we're going to play a team that's probably littered with internationals tomorrow as well. So I'm fully expecting Manchester United to be starting a team which looks something like this. I reckon Sergio Romero is going to make his first start of the season in net. I think David De Gea will have the night off. I reckon it's going to be Darmian and Shaw as the fullback. So we might be seeing Luke Shaw for the first time in the first team tomorrow, I do believe. And I reckon Smalling and Lindelof, after their little run out in the Champions League, I think they'll probably get another little run out in the Carabao Cup. I thought Tuanzebe probably would have been in with a shout of having a game here, but he's injured his back, so he's not going to be playing. I think Michael Carrick is going to make his first start of the season, and I think alongside him, Ander Herrera and Scott McTominay probably going to be filling in for what's going to be a midfield three. And then I think up front, and this is actually showing how thin we are on talent up front, is Jesse Lingard on the right hand side, Demi Mitchell on the left hand side, and Anthony Martial in the number 9 spot up front. Although I think Martial, Rashford, the way they've interchanged all season, it could be either or. Demi Mitchell I wouldn't have played as a left winger, to be brutally honest. Dave thinks that Ashley Young could have been in with a shout as playing on the left wing. We're both not sure whether that's going to happen. I think he's probably part of what's seen as the first choice, first team squad for the moment. So I don't think he's going to be getting a run out. So that's the sort of 11 that I think Manchester United are going to put out tomorrow, which I think is going to be more than good enough to be dealing with Burton. But before we get into anything else about this game, this video is sponsored by Quiff. So make sure you go and check out Quiff. They are sponsoring me, and they're also sponsoring Dave as well, with really good bets, and they turbo boost your bets whenever you put a big bet on. It doesn't happen every single time, but it's like random acts of kindness. I won $2 grand off it the other week just by them turbo boosting what was a really simple 4-team, 5-team ACCA of German football. So here's what I'm going for tonight. I'm going for Bolton Wanderers to be beating West Ham, because let's face it, they're not looking very good at the moment, are they? I am going for a draw between Crystal Palace and Huddersfield. I think there'll be over 3.5 goals in the Tottenham and the Barnsley game, and I think Leicester are going to beat Liverpool. How about that? Do you fancy that one? I think I fancy that one. So this one's going to be paying out nearly 400 quid, just off 2 quid. Nice and easy bet there for a Tuesday night. So get in the mixer, see what you think. Go and have a look at Quiff, download it. The link is in the description below. It's a belting little app. It's really simple to use. I mean, honestly, it's absolutely banging if you're in the UK and you're over 18 and all that sort of good stuff. So let's talk about the match and how do we think this is going to go down against Burton. Now, Burton, I haven't had a chance to watch them, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but what I can tell you is that they are miles off the pace in the Championship. Leeds are killing it at the top, Wolverhampton are killing it at the top, Burton are all the way down in 19th, and that is it's a tough league to be anywhere around that bottom side of. The Championship is possibly one of the most competitive leagues in Europe. It's probably good enough to be considered one of the top leagues in Europe. It's certainly better than many a nation's top division. And I think that Burton, despite their tremendous form getting up to the Championship, they've just not got the quality that they need to be sticking around in there and doing any sort of damage. If you're Burton, are you going to come to Old Trafford and try and put a show on? Of course you are. Have you got the ability to do so? I don't think they have. And I think the ability in Manchester United squad, and I mean, this, on the face of it, that starting 11 is not a great starting 11 from Manchester United standards, but really, look at it. You've got internationals there in the entire back 5. Michael Carrick no longer involved with England. Scott McTominay yet to make an international appearance. But you've got Ander Herrera, Spanish international, in midfield. And then you've got Jesse Lingard, Martial, both involved with their national teams, and obviously Demi Mitchell, a youngster that's coming through the ranks as well. I think that's the only thing that lacks a little balance for me, is that Manchester United left-hand side, is that there's not really a lot of people coming through in the academy that you can see. I mean, this is usually a good opportunity to see what's coming through, but as forward players, as attacking players, the under-23s has got a massive lack of talent in that sort of area. You've got James Wilson, who scored again a couple of goals, or was it a single goal? I think it was one goal last night against Chelsea. But he's nowhere near ready to be playing first team football again. He needs to get over the injuries that he's had over the last couple of seasons, and once he gets over them, then he might be in the running again. But Rashford completely overtook him and took his chance better than James Wilson did, so he's well down the pecking order, and he wouldn't play on the left hand side anyway. He would certainly play down the middle. Lukaku's definitely getting a rest, and then you look around the rest of the first team squad, there's not really anybody else that you can bring in. The 23s is completely lacking in talent. The under 18s are too far away from it. I know a lot of people was talking up seeing Angel Gomes in this sort of game. I honestly don't think you're going to see him. As much as I would love to see it, and you know I'd love to see that, I honestly don't think he's going to do it. I think he would have been involved in first team training. You would have seen photos of it prior to now. There would have been rumours and whispers of this in the press before it happened. So I just don't think you're going to see Angel Gomes in this game. Not that I don't think he's ready. I think 5 or 10 minutes off the bench, as we saw against Crystal Palace, would have been fine for him. He looked fantastic in those 12 minutes or whatever it was that he got against Crystal Palace. The players that would have played in this game, they're on loan. Matty Willock, he should have been playing. He's on loan. Andreas Pereira, maybe we'll ruin that now with Pogba being out for up to 3 months. He definitely would have played in this game. He might have even been getting some Premier League games. He's on loan. So all of the players that you would expect, like Cameron Borthwick-Jackson as well, they're all on loan. Joe Riley, he might have featured, but again, the under-23s played on Monday night. That means that they're not going to be playing anybody who featured heavily in that game. So the likes of Joe Riley, James Wilson, they're not going to feature in this game. So it looks like it's going to be down to just whatever was in the first team squad. I mean, Demi Mitchell played on Monday night as well, but I'm just literally looking around the squad, trying to find someone that I can use. And Demi is someone that I think might get some minutes in this. Don't be surprised if, like Dave said, you see Ashley Young playing on the left wing. I mean, that would be, what, his 3rd position of the season in 3 games? Versatility. I don't think you'll see Marouane Fellaini. I think he definitely has got him earmarked for the... I think he's definitely got him earmarked for the weekend against Southampton. I definitely don't think you'll see Matic. I think those key players right throughout the spine of the team, David De Gea, Bailly, Matic, Fellaini and Lukaku, don't expect to see any of them lads. Mkhitaryan as well. They're definitely going to get a rest. And this team should be more than good enough to do it, to be honest. And if it's not, then they shouldn't really be at the club. Because if you're not able to beat Burton, then what are you doing at Manchester United? Anyway, my prediction for this game is going to be 2-0 Manchester United. Comfortable, straightforward. And I'm going to come to Statman Widge and see what he reckons. Widge, score do you reckon?
10-0.
Dave says 10-0. Make sure to tweet him when it's definitely not going to be 10-0. And that'll do us for today. So thank you for watching. Get any of your questions, queries, comments and all the rest of that in the description below. Subscribe if you're not already. Give it a like. I'll see you in the next one.